Welcome back. We love social media. It can help us keep in touch with friends and family, and you can use it to connect with us at The Social. But it's not all good when it comes to your romantic relationship.
In fact, a lot of people think that social media can be a virtual relationship killer. And here to join the conversation is relationship expert, author, and my friend, Andrea Syrtash. Thanks for being here. Social media has obviously changed the way that we relate to each other, romantically speaking especially. So what do you think is the general impact that that's had on our relationships?
It's really changed everything. I mean, it can be really good. A lot of people have met through social media, online dating. It can also cause a rift in relationships, as we'll talk about today.
Do you think that people overestimate or underestimate, generally speaking, the impact that it can have on your current relationship?
I think they overestimate it, and I'll say this. A recent poll came out that 1 in 5 people blame Facebook for the demise of their relationships. So I think, you know, you can't blame a social network. You can't blame a poke as the reason
or maybe
you've cheated, or, you know, or, well, we'll talk about that
We'll talk about that.
But back in the day, it was like there's the phone that could cause relationships to end, and there's letter writing. Like, you can't blame it. You're responsible for your own relationship.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
What are causing the breakups on Facebook? I'm curious. Like, why would people be breaking up over Facebook?
Over a poke? Like, what's a poke? Like, you just like, does a poke mean you suck?
Yeah.
Like,
no, you don't know. She's not on social networking. So it's like, hey, how you doing?
I'm not on Facebook, so when you poke someone, does that mean you suck? Or
no? I mean, it's such a weird thing anyway, but it might mean it's like a wink. It's, you know, I notice you. And the thing is that if you are in a relationship...
Okay, so my husband, if my husband's on Facebook and he poked Melissa, then I would be like, what do you want to do with Melissa?
Right.
Is that kind of the thing?
Yeah, but it can also be harmless, and this is why we're giving it a little too much credit.
So let's talk first X protocol, because I feel like we all share different ideas around what is appropriate online behavior with your exes.
Well, I've never engaged through social media with any of the people I was dating.
Have you creeped them?
No. I really haven't dated in the last few years since social media was relevant when it comes to dating. Anybody who had any type of online presence. Like, I like to keep it on the DL.
Okay.
And as far as exes, I just like keep it moving. You know, I don't look back in the rearview mirror. No. I cut off all communication. I'm done.
I agree with Tracy. I think it is torture to be online in social media, seeing your ex in the stream. You know, everything's perfect online. So he's presenting the best version of his life. You're eating a pint of ice cream, feeling horrible, and he's having the time of his life. It'll drive you crazy. And you should not be in touch immediately after a breakup, I think. Because if you have a good conversation, you'll feel bad. If you have a bad conversation, you'll feel bad.
Is there then a moratorium? Like, would you say, okay, you know what, there's a breakup that's fresh. I'm not going to go online and check him out until when?
I think hide or unfriend until you feel that you have moved on, and you'll know. You'll know if you're not e-stalking at that point. Maybe you've moved on.
Okay, but then explain this to me though, because since I'm not on Facebook, if you were to, like, you broke up with your boyfriend last week, and then you went and creeped his Facebook page, does he know you creeped his Facebook page?
No, he doesn't. Thank God. Right? Because we've all done that, right? I mean, I'm the opposite of you.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
you can Google your exes.
You can Google your exes.
We all have, except for Tracy, because her people are not online. But I mean,
my ex is kind of.
Come on, have you not Googled an ex?
Yes.
Right.
Everybody has.
I'd rather Google myself.
Sorry. But I keep in touch. I'm one of those people who I think is probably weird in that I feel like if you share time and space with somebody, I keep in touch with them.
It depends how it ended.
Later.
But it doesn't depend how it ended. Because I had a relationship that ended really, really poorly. And of course, there's a temptation when it ends in a tumultuous way to go back and say, what's he doing?
Yeah,
is he
in
miserable?
the past. And
You
it's in
know?
the past. You
And
gotta keep
humans.
And they're
But we're
heinous.
humans.
Like, the people I've dated in the past are so disgusting. And I'm disgusted with myself.
I'm
I
friends
don't want to
with
see
exes.
them.
But your rule says don't go there.
Just immediately
Immediately afterwards.
hide your ex. Trust me, it'll be a good thing for you.
Okay, so let's talk about e-cheating.
Yes.
So you have a litmus test of how to determine whether or not you're straying into e-cheating territory. Let's talk about this.
So crossing the virtual, the digital line, it's tricky. So you know you are doing it if these 3 things. Your partner walks in the room and you immediately power off close your computer, change the screen. That's a sign.
That's a good sign.
Another one is if you wouldn't want him to read anything you're saying to the other person. I mean, if it's that, you know, kind of flirty and it's making you uncomfortable. And the third thing is, if you wake up, go to sleep, obsess about checking online because you need to keep this flirtation going, you may be crossing over into that. But a little playful banter is fine.
What about when you're in a relationship and sharing email addresses or passwords? Is that suggested?
With who?
With the person you're in a relationship with.
Oh, okay.
Like, so you guys can both log on to each other's account.
Are you asking if that's something you should do?
Is that something okay that you can do?
I think if you want to do it, but I think in today's age, I mean, this is the way we communicate, so you might want your own.
Oh, I want my own. I'm just saying for the people out there.
I would say all my
for the rest of the world.
Yeah, and Jacek I just toss him my phone and I'll say, can you find me that text that Tracy just sent me? Like, he has access to everything.
Right, that's the thing. You're not hiding anything, but you know that you're crossing a line when you start to.
See, I would not want my I would not want my passwords to just be handed out. Like, I'll let my Jason just like pick up my phone or whatever. But to me, I think you can have healthy relationships and still have a little bit of flirting going on.
Absolutely.
And some stuff that you might not want your partner to read, but it doesn't necessarily have to always mean it's going down the pathway to cheating. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a line. Listen, if you feel guilty, you probably are. That's really what it boils down to.
Okay. But a little mystery is good.
Yeah, a little mystery is great.
You should know everything about it.
So what about new?
No, a little mystery meaning like let's say I like to make flybys by a certain part of the office because there's a cute guy who works here.
Totally.
But I'm saying this on television. Not ashamed of it. Jacek, if he's watching, he'll know about it. So, I mean, that's not e-cheating or real cheating.
No, you know what? I think
fly by
when
more
you're in a
often.
relationship,
when the show is over.
When you're in a relationship, the question you have to ask is not how will I avoid crushing on other people. It's what choices will I make when I crush.
Yes.
When I'm attracted.
It's because there's a lot of steps before an actual affair happens.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, but this is good.
Small steps.
I think what you're doing is great also because you're opening up the conversation, right?
Yes.
Jacek now knows. So you guys can talk about this when you go home.
Oh, yeah. Like when we walk down the street, we look together. That's one for you.
Yeah. So, and then just quickly, when it comes to new relationships, what's the protocol that we should have in terms of, like, I feel like people like to broadcast and say, oh, I'm in a relationship. What do you, or overshare?
Yeah. First of all, don't unilaterally change your status on Facebook to in a relationship if you haven't discussed it. It's like a press release. You're saying to your grade 2 teacher, your cousin, and you know, all these random people are on your network. You're announcing it, and there's aftermath. People are going to keep asking you about it.
Absolutely.
So you want to lay off a little bit.
And when you start off with the announcements on the Facebook, eventually you're going to be broadcasting your proposals and videos and down the road, and clearly we don't want to see that.
I like to see it.
Well, you could be
I don't want to participate in it, but I want to see it.
I guess the bottom line is you have to find the right digital match for you.
You do.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, listen, it's a fun medium. We should have fun. By all means, I'm pro Facebook, I'm pro social media. We just need to know the boundaries and the lines.
Thanks so much, Andrea, for being here. A pleasure chatting with you. We're coming right back with more, so stick around.
You are getting yourself in trouble.
Up next, navigating the complicated world of female friendships. Jess and Melissa learn about healthy relationships at a girl power workshop.
I think a true friend should be a good listener.
Yes.
Because I talk a lot.